This is a nurse who worked in the operating room in Austin, Texas, and then moved to LA and is making double now as a nurse working in LA County because of all of the unions and the union density in that area. And they're saying the cost of living is not that different. Before I was a nurse anesthesia trainee in CRNA school, I was a travel nurse for about 2 years. I lived and worked as a staff nurse in Baltimore. Staff pay was $29 an hour. And then I was a COVID ICU travel nurse. So I worked in LA County, San Diego, San Jose, Portland, and Seattle. People who have lived all over, you'll kind of start to see that the cost of living is pretty similar in most of these big metro areas. New York City is an outlier with how expensive rent is, but Austin to LA County or Seattle to LA County, fairly comparable in rent prices and how much groceries, gas, things like that cost. Also, California does have expensive gas, but broadly speaking, the cost of living is not double in LA County what it is in Austin. Austin is also pretty expensive. And truly the reason that the pay is double in many areas in California and on the West Coast in general is because of the unions. It's not because the cost of living is more expensive. Like, your boss doesn't care what you pay in rent. Honestly, they don't care at all. But union contracts are public. You can look up the pay scales in your area. And the big thing that California has going on that other areas don't is union density. So when you have a bunch of different hospitals that are all union, they force the non-union hospitals to raise the value of labor. And they're going to pay even people who work at non-union hospitals more similar to what the union nurses are making. So union density is really why it's so good to work as a nurse in California. And yeah, check out the pay scales. I think it's pretty wild how much nurses can and should negotiate for. This is also not the reason that healthcare is expensive. The reason healthcare is expensive is the admin and all of the unnecessary billing components that we have. Nurses, physicians, everyone who's actually on the care team can and should actually be paid more, and that doesn't come directly from patients' pockets. So all that being said, everyone needs a union.